Alright, I think we're all live and set and ready to go. So let's kick this show off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Prospects eRacing League. Happy Wednesday, everybody, for the 15th of June. We are here for the PlayStation Tier 3 version of Round 8, where we're at COTA here today, Circuit of the Americas, for the United States Grand Prix. I'm your commentator, Just Gaming, also known as Justin, and I'm here with Chappers, as always.
Hi guys, I'm very happy to be back and I'm looking forward to this Tier 3 race today that we've got in store for you.
Well, very, very excited. I was actually doing, what's it called? Going in for Feldman yesterday for Tier 2. And if you guys did miss that race, it was an absolutely extraordinary race if you guys did miss it. However, this is where it's all gonna go down. Like how Mondi says in the chat, evening boys from the Lone Star State. Yes, sirree. We are here at Austin, Texas for the City of the Americas, but it's not going to be called the United States Grand Prix for long, as we've had another American Grand Prix happen earlier on in the season, the new addition to the Formula One calendar, the Miami Grand Prix. So imagine they actually called this track the Lone Star Grand Prix. I think that'll be actually pretty cool to me.
I'm not too sure what they're going to end up calling this one. They might just keep this one as the USA Grand Prix and then call obviously the Miami Grand Prix, and then as of next year that'll be the Las Vegas Grand Prix. So they might, the 3 rounds in America that they're going to have as of next year, I think they will probably just keep this one as the United States Grand Prix. I think they'll have to have one where they call it the.
They might actually if they go on with the same thing as the Miami Grand Prix, they might actually call this the Austin Grand Prix. But I think they might call
Maybe.
it Dakota Grand Prix most likely, as that
Maybe
for the circuit
we'll find out
of the
eventually
Americas.
anyway.
But exactly. But yeah, it's gonna be a little bit different here today. Here for Tier 3, ladies and gentlemen, as we have a full grid finally. I feel like it's been so long actually.
Yeah, definitely, and there is a couple of drivers that, I know one in the AlphaTauri drivers, I think man like CFC, he is reserving today, and I think he does race in the academy as well, so a couple of new drivers filling in. Is that Liam in the Liam on an outlap now in 13th in the Alfa Romeo? Is he reserving today? I don't recognise that name for some
I
strange
do believe
reason.
he is reserving as well. So we have Liam. We also have man like CFC reserving here today. I believe we have a few others actually. I think I can get
have a little look
those.
actually.
Yeah, you'll get them up.
Look up. Yeah, I'll have a look.
Yep, but while you do that, we're actually going to go on board with man like CFC, who's going to be finishing his outlap first. But we're actually, as we are here for the United States Grand Prix, let's actually give the people back at home a little bit of a description about the United States Grand Prix, where it actually dates back to the early 1900s, known as the Grand Prize, where it ran tracks on Long Island, New York, and Savannah, Georgia. And then, of course, we actually talked about all of this yesterday as well, but it moved up towards Indianapolis 500 and the Indy 500. So it's been all over the place. It's also been at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, where we would actually be seeing another Las Vegas Grand Prix happening in 2 years. No, next year. So a lot of people very, very excited for that one. But I'm looking in the chat here, actually, so we're actually seeing in the chat, so Mondi in the chat, Guitarman Khan, Panaman is always here. Orbs, also known as Yanin, is in the chat representing the Aston Martin team here tonight, as always. Of course, we also have the co-coms of Tuesdays with Feldman. We have Artistic Obsidian, also known as Artistic Genius, in the chat. So good to see you as well. A lot of familiar faces, but a few new ones, like we said before, of man like CFC. We also have Liam, but who else is there actually, Chappers?
I think there is Yannon, Liam, and man like CFC. I think are the 3 that are replacing the normal drivers today. I think those are the only 3. There was meant to be a couple more, but I think the normal drivers ended up being here. So, yeah. So today there's not Voice of Chris.
Yep, and that's for man like CFC.
Donbor and MK7 are the drivers not here today.
Yep, and Mark 7 being
So it's those
reserved by Yanin.
yeah, so it's Yannon, Liam, and CFC that are replacement drivers today.
Well, I just want to welcome everybody that's watching back at home. Currently, 17 people watching back at home, and I gotta say, ladies and gentlemen, huge announcements that was in the Discord. If you guys did miss it, as we just see men like CFC finish off with the 113.5, setting the standard. We have now had the release and publish of the Prospects eRacing League website. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. We actually now have a website. So if you want to see all of the information online, where you get to get featured on the podium when you finish in the top 3, view your driver profile with season and career statistics, where you'll also be seeing the race results, constructors, and drivers standings for each of the divisions, and that's going to be at prospectseracing.com. I can't say it anymore, ladies and gentlemen. prospectseracing.com, where you'll be getting all of this.
Send the link in. Should I send the link in if I can find it?
Let me see if I can actually. I'm not too sure if they actually have the URLs. What URLs? The URLs blocked. Yep, there we go. I just sent it in. prospectseracing.com, ladies and gentlemen. Click on that link, sign in with your account, or sign yourself up, and you'll be getting all of your stats about all of the leagues from all different divisions, and that goes from Xbox, PC, as well as PlayStation. So a huge accomplishment. Big thanks to the people that worked it in the background. So very excited. Paige says that the website says that her highest grid, so she's already been on the website, so good to see that. She says that her highest grid position is 3rd, and I'm not sure where they got that from. Well, Paige, remember last week you finished in 3rd place. So I think it's only going to be starting with like new information right now. So from the last week's results, I do believe. So we're gonna have to fact check on that one. But so far, actually, we actually had half of the grid so far set their first laps, and it's so far Light Sesso with the fastest lap. And I'm actually looking out there on the grid. Actually, Chaos Druid has actually no front wing on that McLaren. Oh, for your quality position, okay, from the, highest grid position, yeah, so, yeah, that's qualifying position, Justin Hughes, yeah, but then, what is wrong with me? But, yeah, a little bit of, different strategies, actually, from what it looks like here, chappers. A few drivers, looking out to start on the set of mediums. You actually have everyone else, like the majority on the set of softs. What would you say would be the best strategy here tonight?
I would probably say to try and start on those softs that I would say would be the best bet. I do think it is a two-stop race here, but I think probably starting on soft would be the best option. You'll probably see some people go soft, medium, soft, have like a set of soft tires at the end where the car's at its lightest, so you'll be able to get the maximum out of that car with those soft tires. Or you could see a soft, medium strategy, but say for starting tires, more than likely softs, but we could see some people go for a medium start to try and long them out maybe, but in my opinion I would go with the softs.
Well, let's see. Well, the majority of the grid is actually out there on the set of softs. We're actually going to go on board with Monster, who's actually entering Sector 3 now. Looks like he's doing a pretty good lap, so we're going to have to keep an eye out on him. But when it comes down to the standings, actually, if you guys do remember last week in Round 7, we were actually at China for the Shanghai International Circuit, the Chinese Grand Prix, where we actually saw Craigie get into, I believe he actually crashed out of the race, if my memory is correct. And he is now in 2nd in the driver's standings. Guitar Man Khan came home with the race win, and he now takes the lead of the driver's standings with 102 points. And Craigie, would you like to go down through the standings?
Craigie, go down in the standings.
Sorry, what did I say, Craigie? Because yeah, Craigie's out there.
No idea.
Chappers.
I will quickly get those standings up for you guys now. Just have a little look, and the standings are as Justin said, it is Qatar Mankan in 3rd with 102 points, with Craigie in 2nd with 86, with Monster with 70. Then you've got your 4th place is Voice of Chris, who isn't here today, I believe. He's got 49 points, and is joint on points with Panda Man Gaming. Bubbers is in 6th with 47, Kevo 46, Page 45, joint on points with Light Sesso with Tita Silver 44, so very, very close there. Then in 11th you've got Vintage with 32, Mellow Spaced with 20, Villeneuve with 16, and then Donwar with 8. 15th you've got Mark 7 Gold joint on points with Tilmo, and then you've got Mason on 2 points, joint on points with Artistic, Gasmel Pan on 1, and then Chaos Druid on 0. That is your driver standings, and then the team standings are as follows: Alfa Romeo with 147 points, with Ferrari with 112, Red Bull with 106, so quite close between the Red Bulls and the Ferraris there. Very similar to real life at the moment, with Mercedes following on in 4th with 92, Alpine on 71, Williams 51, AlphaTauri just 1 point behind them on 50, with McLaren on 46, and the Haas and the Aston Martin team joint on points with 22.
So very, very close, coming down to the end of the season as well, ladies and gentlemen. The new game is right around the corner here, and I think everyone is extremely excited, as after today we only have 2 races left in the season, ladies and gentlemen. Only 2, and it's going to be Imola and Bahrain. So it's not only with the Constructors' Championships, but it's also the Drivers' Championships, where it's very, very close, not just on the top of the grid, but also in the mid-pack. Like you said, there's a few drivers with 45 points, 44 points. It's going to be very, very close to see how that fluctuates, but Guitarman Khan currently on fire at this point, hoping for another good result here tonight. But I think Craigie is going to be trying to improve since last week, would you say?
Yeah, for sure. He needs a good race today, actually, and I think he'll be hoping for quite a good result. And I believe he has just actually come out of the garage as I switched to him. He's just come out of the pits, so he's probably going to go for 1 lap dash, quickly pop in, bang on probably a new set of softs, and then lower the fuel down and then go out for 1 last stint. Well, I'm guessing he's going to be doing here.
Yeah, so we're going to have to see what Craigie plans out on doing, what his strategy is going to be. But Light Sesso still currently with provisional pole after setting a 132.8 so far. Guitarman Khan got in close proximity there with a 132.8 of his own. And then the next one, Kevin, with a 133. So very, very close so far, but as time goes on, the driver's going to get quicker and quicker and quicker as more rubber is applied to the Austin, Texas circuit. But as we're here in Austin, I've actually gotten a little bit of a different scenario, actually, because everyone says that everything is big in Texas, right? If only I had my camera on. I actually have a giant cowboy hat. When my mom was actually a Cowboys fan for NFL, so we dust that right off because she's not at the Cowboys anymore. But yeah, we got that dusted off, and I'm actually gonna be having it on. But yeah, absolutely extraordinary here at Texas, especially with turn 1, super wide. We can actually fit 5 cars on that uphill. So a lot of overtaking opportunities out here on the track. Turn 1, we also saw turn 10 and 11 before and after the first DRS zone. But one corner that actually shocked me the most, as we're currently on Gasmar Pam, is the corner that he's coming up towards right now, turn 14 and 15. If you guys watched the race yesterday, I actually saw a lot of overtaking opportunities there, especially with Patty Pat. Was really able to utilize that corner very, very well. Got unfortunate with the result after having a controversial collision with Jonesy, but yeah, it was a very, very good race. So if you guys did miss it, go watch it back. But also, this race just gives us even more excitement to keep our eyes peeled onto the screen here, chappers.
Definitely, and I also just want to quickly ask if any of the drivers are watching the stream currently, if you could let us know what the weather is saying for the race. That will probably be greatly appreciated, so we kind of know what to anticipate. Because it is a little bit cloudy out there at the moment on the track, so weather not looking too good in Texas right now.
No, but I'm actually looking out on the grid here, actually, and we've actually seen some very, very close times so far. Some of them is actually 6 thousandths of a second vintage to T de Silva. Even closer, T de Silva to men like CFC, 1 thousandth of a second. And even closer, 0 thousandths of a second, the exact same time for both Craigie and Mason so far. But Craigie is currently up on his time on those set of softs as he makes his way towards turn 19 and 20 to finish off his qualifying. Let's see what time he's going to be setting himself as he comes across the final corner, sprints towards that timing line. Oh, and he actually loses time, so it looks like Craigie is actually struggling here tonight. Couldn't get those nerves off from China, but still 3 rounds left, including this one of the season. We can't really even say who's guaranteed of champion right now. Is that close in the standings, Chappers?
It is at the moment. I think I did see something in the comments section that Craigie's not feeling very well today, so maybe that could hinder him a little bit. But we'll see. But also the drivers have said, a couple of the drivers have reported that the weather will be sunny with no rain expected. So that'll be music to the drivers' ears, I believe. So that's one thing to point out, but as I just said, it's going to be incredibly close, and it will more than likely come down to the final round of the season. But it's all to play for at the moment. A couple of rounds to go now, I believe, after this one. So it's tensions will be rising a little bit. I feel there'll be a bit of mixed emotions at the moment, I think, for those contending for the title.
Yeah, it's going to get very spicy here. For round 8 with 3 races left in the season, ladies and gentlemen. Please stay tuned for all of it because it's going to be very close, going to be very enjoyable, and you have us at the comms box as well to make it even more pleasurable auditorily for you guys back at home. But Qatar Man Khan right now actually currently down by 0.03 of a second coming into Sector 2. Let's see if he's improving coming into Sector 3. And he is with a purple Sector 2, 0.3 up on his time for the Alfa Romeo driver. So really clocked in that sector here. So let's see if he can actually reach until the end here and improve by even another 10th. As he now makes his way around turn 16, 17, and 18. This triple apex right-hander, very difficult to do, very easy to oversteer and lose the car. But Qatar Man Khan is able to keep that car planted on the concrete as he just stays within track limits. And he improves, he finds another 10th in that final sector with a 132.4. I'm actually going to test this out actually. With a 132.4, he would have lined himself in 6th. For Division 2 actually, so a very good time there from Qatar Man Khan. He could be promoted at the end of the season if he wins as well.
Yeah, he will, and he's looking very, very strong. 0.4 ahead of anybody else at the moment in this qualifying session. So for those drivers, as I say, that Panda Man just inches ahead of Light says so. Qatar Man's still about 0.4 quicker than anybody else on track. But yeah, he's looking very, very strong, and I do think he did say a couple of weeks ago, actually, or at China, he is wanting to move up. So I think he'll be wanting to win this championship so he can move up.
Well,
so
it would be
let's see what he can do today.
It would be replicating what we saw last season. If you guys do remember last season, we actually saw AFS Natty take the race, the championship trophy in the Alfa Romeo, and we could be seeing the same thing here in Division 3 for another season, back to back. Qatar Man Khan actually currently leading the driver standings in the Alfa Romeo, so I'm having a little bit of deja vu here, chappers. But we also just missed out. T de Silva improved by 0.8 to make himself in that front row. Just takes it by a 10th off of Panda Man Gaming. So very close quarter times here, and it can only get faster at this point, but it's coming down to the dying moments of qualifying. Is Qatar Man Khan going to enter the pit lane? He is, so that's going to be his qualifying over. Kevo has retired into the pit lane. Panda Man doesn't look like he's improving on his time, but Light Sesso is just invalidated around the penultimate corner, and Craigie also starts in the back end, and Light Sesso cut around the final corner, so he can start a new lap. That's going to be his qualifying over. Yanin as well, currently out there on the track, is going to be starting his lap, currently in P6 with a 133.5, and he's currently down by a 10th. Do you see anyone actually improving on their times out there?
I was watching more. I was actually on board with T de Silva on his lap. It was very, very good, but Monster was 1.4 up on his time, but he has invalidated, unfortunately, which is very unfortunate for Monster. And I believe that lap he has got that is valid was one with no ERS, because I think that's what Mordy likes to do as a
Just to
first
feel
lap.
the track a little bit before he goes all out.
Yeah, and he's unfortunately invalidated, so we won't see an improvement from Mordy now in this session. So Monster sitting P3 in the championship has got a lot of work to do in this race, but I'm pretty sure he can move up the order, because he's quick enough to be at the front, but unfortunately just couldn't get that lap together, because that would have put him probably, I'd say, would have put him top 5, that lap would have been, if it was a valid one.
Well, we
Because he
actually
was
just saw
already
Bubbers.
1.4 up in Sector 2, so that just, he would have gained a lot more time in
Well, it looks like
the final
Bubbers has
sector.
actually just finished off his qualifying. He improves by a second and a little bit to make himself above man like CFC, who finishes off his lap. Yanin as well struggling. Monster is going to be entering the pit lane now. Oh, sorry, that's Tita Silva entering the pit lane. Mason does not look like he's improving on his time. Tilmo neither. So, and Light Sezo hasn't validated. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for tonight's qualifying sessions. And so far, a very, very good time here from the championship leader of Guitar Mankind with a 132.403. Tita Silva will be lining up on that front row with the Ferrari. Panaman and Light Sesso lining up in that second row. So good times across the board from P1 to P7 is within a second here. But everyone did an extraordinary job.
They did, certainly. It was a good qualifying session. A few retirements. 3 people pushing as hard as they can, but I think as Mason now just comes into the pits, as the final drivers come in, we will see these standings pop up any moment now as Mason just pulls into the garage.
Yep, we're just waiting for the pit crew to get Light Sesso's Alpine back into the garage, which they have done now, so that's going to be it. Kevo very, very excited with his P5 there. He was seriously surprised with that, so congratulations to you. But let's do the rundown here, chappers.
Yep, do you want me to read that out, or are you doing it? Shall I read that out?
We'll
Or...
leave you to it. We'll leave you to it.
Oh, no problem at all. So, we have your standings for the qualifying for Tier 3. It is Guitar Mankind in first with Tita Silva with a great lap time there. In second, your second row you've got Pandaman Gaming and Light Sesso. Row 3 you'll have Kevo and Bubbers. Row 4 is Man Like CFC on his debut in Tier 3, replacing one of the full-time drivers, and a great result there for him. With Yanan in 8th, Vintage 9th, and Liam in 10th. Tilmo 11th with Gasol Pan in 12th. Craigie in 13th, a little bit low down there, the guy in P2 in the championship, but that was a medium lap, so that's an interesting one. Mason in 14th, Chaos Druid in 15th, Monster, oh, it's just skipped for me, apologies,
Yep.
I read it too slowly, but you get the gist of it now, guys. It's Monster 16th, Tilmo 17th, Meadow Space 18th, Villeneuve 19th, I believe, and then it's Baguette at the back, I think it was.
Yep, so
Sure.
Artistic in 18th, yep. But it looks
Yep.
like our weatherman very, very reliable, the weather crew, as we are now up with a dry race start, and I'm actually seeing a huge surge of people coming in, so I want to welcome everybody. And if you guys are just queuing in, welcome to the Prospects eRacing League PlayStation Tier 3 Round 8 of the United States Grand Prix. Commentators myself, Justin, as well as Chappers. And we've actually just finished qualifying, so now we are here for the main event. Someone actually says a fun fact actually about Monsters. Debut here was starting in P17 to P5, and they said, and they might actually be going for a back-to-back debut result here. So let's see if he can replicate history.
Yep, let's see if he can do it. We see a couple of the drivers coming in. I believe Owen was man like CFC. Yeah, it was. Thingies. He'll take P7. Yeah, well done. Considering it's your first time in Tier 3. It's a great qualifying session for yourself, so you should be happy with that, and good luck for the race.
Yeah, well, here we are. We're very, very excited for this one. But just to give you guys a brief description, as we do have the formation lap, The 3.4 mile, also 5.5 kilometer circuit is situated around 3.6 kilometers squared, and 890 acres, which is also located 14 miles southeast of central Austin. It has a challenging undulating layout with a high point on the apex in the opening corner of turn 1. Features of the circuit include a distinctive 77-meter observatory oh my god, I'm having a stroke here. Observation tower on turn 16 through 18, and actually you can see the Ferris wheel right before turn 11 and 12 there. So a lot of people, you can actually go into the grandstands, as you can see in the background, people watching from the grass, but you have a lot of viewing opportunities, and I think we can get all of the angles on this track, so you'll be seeing every single angle of all of the battles from start to finish. 28 laps make it up here. We're looking around a race distance of 154.2 kilometers, so these drivers are going to be pushing the limits on those cars, especially with how long this track is going to be, how long this race is. But Chappers, you're coming from the MotoGP background. Have you actually seen any of the MotoGP races here at COTA before?
Oh yeah, I've watched pretty much all of them on TV. I wish I could go to COTA because I think it would be an incredible round to attend that. But yeah, I have seen a lot of the races here at COTA. Obviously the lap times are a lot more slower than the F1 cars, about 1 minute 50s-ish lap times there from what I can remember. But we've seen some incredible racing here at COTA, and actually one of the corners is named after one of the MotoGP greats, Nicky Hayden, who unfortunately passed about 5 years ago now. So the long swooping right-hander you see towards the end of the lap is named after him. So
well, a lot of
you guys.
Well, thank you for that. A lot of fun facts from you, my man. Really glad to have you in here, especially with that MotoGP background, because a lot of tracks in Formula 1 has had other motorsports as well behind them. As we now have the 5 red lights, as the engines are roaring, the crowd is cheering back at home and on the field, and away we are for the American Grand Prix as they make their way down towards turn 1, and looks like an amazing start there from Jan, and he's looking on the inside of Bubbers. Couldn't find the gap there, and there's a huge crash! A lot of debris out there on the track as Gaspar Pam is now out of this race. Mistimed the braking zone there for the AlphaTauri driver. Cavo being involved in that one as well. Got collateral with the debris. But so far, other than that, it's been a huge start for actually Yanin. I was gonna say has had a huge start, but looks like he's falling down the grid a bit, and he has lost his left end plate. Yes, he has lost his left end plate. So he's going to be slower than a snail out there on the track.
I think Tilmo as well.
Yep. He really is. A lot of drivers look at light Cesso down side to side. Yeah, it is Tilmo.
Damage on Tilmo's down. I can't see any damage on my screen for Tilmo.
Then he might be having some disc formation on that front wing then. But so far, look at that start from Guitar Man Khan, leading the way midway of the first lap by 1.6 seconds, and that is seriously difficult to do. Seriously difficult. Yeah, Bingram, welcome, my man. But wow.
You see Mellow Space just lose a position there to Page.
Yep, and he has, I believe, does he not have front wing damage? It looked like it for a second there. But,
I think he's okay. I think that, yeah, that Rebel seems to look fine.
Oh, look at, we have a battle up the field. Look at this, actually. Vintage and Mason going side to side. Haas is actually giving themselves a little bit of a taster. Of course, the Haas team actually here at the Constructors' Home Grand Prix. So, hoping for a good result here today, I do believe. Yeah, wait, no, or is the Haas... Wait, is the Haas American or is it Russian? The Haas is American, right? But the sponsor from last season was Russian.
Sure. Yes. The sponsor last season was Russian sponsored last season.
Okay.
But I'll have to have a look. My F1 knowledge is still growing, so please bear with me, guys.
No worries, but so far, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of lap 1, Guitar Man Khan still leads the way, but his teammate of Liam, reserving here for the Alfa Romeo, has had an absolutely extraordinary start here, as is now up into P4. So far, an amazing start for the Alfa Romeo team.
It is, and you are correct. The Haas team is an American team with its headquarters in North Carolina, is where their headquarters are.
So let's see if the car is messed up for it, as both of the Haas are still just switching positions back and back. We're also seeing Chaos Druid and Monster going having themselves a good battle. I forgot to actually go through the starting tires actually. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. But so far as it stands now, the top 10 on the set of softs, the rest of the grid on set of mediums except for Kevo, who just made a pit stop onto a set of softs, and Monster on the set of hards.
Very interesting choice there from maybe Monster's just going for the one stop and he's going to try and drag those hards out as long as he can, because I think the stops will only last about 9-ish laps, I'd probably say.
Maybe.
9 laps will be the softs, so Monster probably looking to drag those hards out till lap 18, lap 19 is my best guess, but we will see what he does.
But one thing, one person...
made up some positions.
Yeah, he has made quite a bit of positions, but one person that actually has, even though he just got a time penalty, Craigie, currently up into P5 early on in this race, as he's going to be trying to eye down the gap between him and Qatar Man Khan. But Qatar Man Khan is on another level here tonight. Look at the man, 3.6 seconds on the start of lap 3 here, as it looks like Mason has spun around the track, as he's now falling down the grid down towards turn 9, where he made that spin. An artistic genius, ladies and gentlemen, from starting in P18 is currently up into P13. In his words, he is not one of the fastest drivers out there, and I said even though he isn't, he is one of the most loved, and you gotta see that right then and there. Love to see that. Kevo as well, swapping positions with Yanin, who has had himself a little bit of a hiccup. Liam giving Panaman a run for his money as he's looking on the inside, down towards turn 15, just like I said in qualifying, but just couldn't find the speed there, couldn't find the momentum, and he's going to slop back down into P3. However, he has the slipstream now. He will have the DRS to move his way up into P2.
Yeah, and also just about our position changes, you are correct, Craig is the highest one for 8 places up from start. Villeneuve 6 up, Monster 5 up, and those are your top, and also our, oh, someone span haven't they? Oh no, Artistic!
Oh, Artistic, my man, has lost his front wing down towards turn 16 to 18.
Out of Hayden corner.
Oh man. Oh, that's the corner right there.
Yeah, the long swooping right hand just before the end of the lap. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I think in real life now you've got the big number 69 for Nicky Hayden there as well. So.
Wow. That's so unfortunate there. Yanin as well having himself a little bit of issues out there. But so far, how would you describe this this first few laps here, Chappers?
I would say starting off it's an incredible start for Qatar Man Khan, but it's been very eventful. A couple of spins we've seen there from drivers, but a lot of drivers battling now from for second. There was a little cluster of drivers.
Oh, look at Tita Silva trying to make the double overtake here. He has made the move on Liam. Now he's looking side to side with Panaman for a quick second there. Sorry to cut you off there, Chappers, but we were almost looking at a double overtake from the Ferrari man of Tita Silva here racing for Prospects.
Yeah, I'm just looking up right now to see if I am correct about that being Hayden Corner. Yep, turn 18 renamed Hayden Hill or Hayden Corner, if you want to call it that.
I think Hayden Hill rolls off the tongue a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah, turn 18 is Hayden Hill.
Yeah, that's the third corner. So basically, you turn 16, 17, and 18. It's that continuous sweeping right-hander, where it's like a triple apex right-hander. But Tita Silva now, he's looking for the move on the inside up towards turn 1. And Panaman is still fighting it. He's still putting his wheel next to him as he now has the inside line down towards the S's. Great defense there from Panaman Gaming to not give up when all of the cars were away from him, and he takes back second place off of Tita Silva. Amazing stuff there from the Williams driver.
Agreed. Incredible from him there. So, oh, what's happened to Tita Silva? Tita Silva's gone. He span. Tita Silva's gone. End plate.
Yep, and there goes his end plate. Did he actually hit Craigie on the rejoin?
I'm unsure, as Craigie got damaged.
Well, not the rejoin,
or...
but like he couldn't really stop himself. And there goes Chaos Druid as well. Turn 9 and turn 10 is where we're seeing a lot of it, and I can tell you exactly what it is. You have the little bit of curbs there, so it's going to be a little bit less grip, but also is the slight elevation change. If you don't have the right suspension configuration, you're really going to struggle into those corners, and we're seeing a lot of people struggle there.
Yeah, I've noticed that man like CFC's pitted as well. We don't know whether he got wing damage or something's happened there, or maybe he's just pitted quite early for another set of softs. So, got a strange one there. So I'm unsure if he got wing damage or not, or he span, I don't know.
Yep.
But Tita Silver's dropped.
Yeah.
Tita Silver gone.
Remember,
Yeah,
he's got the end plate. Remember, yeah, he hasn't made that pit stop yet.
He's coming in now.
Oh, and Craigie goes in as well.
Craigie must have damage. I'm gonna go on board with Craigie actually and just see. Yeah, he must have had very minor wing damage, because I couldn't see if there was damage on my screen, so it must have been extremely minor. Although I have heard that on the new game, if you get like very, very minor wing damage, it's not gonna like hinder the performance of the car as much. Because like you saw with Jeddah last season, Hamilton did have very minor wing damage and he still won the race. So
yeah, exactly.
I think only like enough damage to hinder the performance of the car will kind of register for it. So if you just get like a minor little tap, I think it's going to be fine on the next game. So I guess that adds a little bit more realism to it.
Well, one person I just saw arrive to the chat, so we have a few people. David Boyer, who was racing yesterday. As we now see Panaman and Liam going side to side. Panaman defending on the inside and is able to hold on to P2. But Liam with the dive down on the inside of turn 12 as they're still looking for it. Liam, is he going to make the move here? No, Panaman defends beautifully. Panaman really, he's wearing the wrong blue on that car. He should be in the Alpine because he's practically defending like a lion from Fernando Alonso. But
yep.
As I was saying, one person I was seeing in the chat as well, so David Boyer, who was racing yesterday, but as well as AFS Natty, who was last season's driver's champion, but also yesterday's race winner. And honestly, Natty, good to have you in here. A very, very good result, and I'm telling you this right now, he's going to be singing that song for a long, long time. If not, I'm going to be singing it for him.
Of course, yeah, it was incredible to see him win at his home Grand Prix, so yeah.
And you can actually see
Liam's just passed Pandaman again, so but then Pandaman's more than likely going to get him back on this DRS straight again.
I'm not too sure actually. He's a few tenths behind, and you can see Liam is actually just having a lot more like smoother racing line here, where Panaman is really putting it out on those set of softs. You can actually see the tire degradation. Panaman's front left's not really looking too good, and he's actually in worse conditions compared to Liam's tires. So I think Liam is actually going to be okay for the rest of this.
Maybe. We'll have to see how Pandaman fares in this very twisty technical part of the track. But it seems like the gap is staying about 0.7, 0.6, so Liam's going to try and bridge the gap here, and that is a Alfa Romeo 1-2, just to point out as well. So there's that Alfa Romeo team is looking rather good again this week.
Exactly. Natty's going to be very excited about that. But Panaman goes into the pit lane for his pit stop. But one thing that we did witness actually was that in the past years, back in 2018, actually a fun fact about this track, back in 2018, where we actually saw Kimi Räikkönen actually do a one stop here and actually won his final win actually for Ferrari. And his final win after a 100 race like plus deficit of no wins. We could be seeing Liam and Guitarman Khan actually doing the same strategy. Like they have 8 seconds between them. That is plenty of time to make a double stack actually.
It is actually, yeah. That'll be more than enough time, and also Maundy's up into P5 as well. Speaking of a Ferrari winning here, Maundy into P5, so that's certainly interesting as well, I think.
Well, P5 will be soon to be P4 because he's right on the diffuser. Tillman with a huge lockup. around that corner, so that's going to give Monster an opportunity potentially to make the move. You can see using the ERS, the DRS, and now the slipstream, all of the cards out on the deck, out on the table, and Monster's going looking on the inside. Has he made the move? He shuts the door to make a dive bomb for Tilmo, and he's able to move up into P4 now, so a good result here for the Ferrari man of Monster. But T. De Silva was having a good start, but currently now down to P12 after making his one stop on the previous lap. So the Ferraris are doing pretty well, but it's going to be the Ferrari-powered Alfa Romeos who has been doing exceptionally well, as Liam now makes his way into the pit lane to potentially stop the undercut from Panaman Gaming. So we're now going to go on board with Panaman to see how close that gap is, and if Panaman is actually going to be moving past Liam once again here. Is going to be close, actually, as Villeneuve and man like CFC is now coming out. Liam is now coming out at the pit exit. Has Panaman pulled the undercut? He's right there. He's looking around the outside potentially. Liam defends on the inside, potentially on the switchback here for Panda, as they now go side to side down towards turn 2. Now towards the S's. They bump rubbers, and Panaman is able to shut the door and move up. But Liam with the switchback through the S's, bumping tires once again. Seriously close quarter racing here.
Yep. Wow, that was sorry for the little squeal there. That just I was on board, and that was pretty scary to watch there. But yeah.
Like it gets you, like it makes you like tense up by how close these two are battling, especially at a place like this. In those S's, very difficult to get right.
Definitely, yeah, the S's are difficult to get right. And even more harder with when you've got a car side by side with you.
And now Panaman is going to slot right behind Liam. Liam now takes back P7 here. But one thing I am seeing, Panaman goes a lot more aggressive with those with new tires. But now we're actually seeing Guitarman Khan into the pit lane. Looks like he's going to be making his mandatory pit stop. Now, is he going to switch to a set of mediums or potentially switch to a set of hards? It's actually going to be the set of mediums here. Interesting. I'm not too sure if those mediums will be able to last the rest of this race, but you definitely give a good guess, as Monster will now make his way up into P2 right behind Guitar Man Khan. So Guitar Man now in provisional lead for the entirety, to be honest with you, of this race.
Yeah, I did mention at the start that it's more than likely a two-stop now, what Guitar Man Khan is doing. He might, if he can, he'll more than likely try and, if he's got a long lead, he'll probably try and bridge those mediums out, but it's normally a two-stop here, like maybe like I said, a soft, medium, soft, maybe that's what he's doing. Or, you know, you can go soft, soft, medium. Can all vary, different driver preference, but
and I'm actually looking at the chat.
Man jump on the mediums, it's more than likely he's going to want to box again near the end for softs, but it will all depend on his current situation on the track and what he feels is best for him.
Well, AFS Natty has actually just said in the chat, he's saying that they will actually last until the end. We're going to have to wait and see on that one. He says, Natty says one stop all the way. I'm not too sure if that's actually going to work, but we're now potentially looking at 3 wide here. Panaman dives on the inside of Villeneuve. Villeneuve trying to defend around the outside towards turn 11, squeezes him towards the outside. Panaman still is going to keep on fighting, and Panaman now makes the move up into P6. Villeneuve down to P7. Liam into the top 5. But
man like CFC is on set of softs, and he has been on them for quite a while, I think. Let me see if I can have a look. Yeah, 4 laps, so give it 3 laps time. Those softs will be screaming. So man like CFC in 4th is going to have to pit again.
Yep, but let's actually.
And he has been on softs before as well, so he's going to have to change to a different compound after this.
Well, with Bubbers now increasing his time penalties up to 6 seconds, let's actually look at the time penalties out there on the grid. So Monster currently with 3 seconds to his name. We also have man like CFC currently with 9 seconds. We then have Panaman with 3 seconds. Lycesso and Craigie both in 8th and 9th with 3 seconds. Then we have Bubbers with 6, Kevo with 3, Chaos Druid with 6, Yanin with 3, and then the person with the most out there, Mason, currently with 13 seconds of time penalties. This track actually very difficult difficult to stay within the track limits, as we saw both in the PC tier as well as tier 1, I do believe. Tier 2 actually didn't really have that many, so tier 2 actually is going to be the least of them. But Yanin is now out of this race here, and that's going to bring out the safety car.
Yeah, and I believe that is the first safety car of the race. So
That is the first safety car, yeah. And it was around right. What was that corner name again? Herman Hill.
oh, man, let's see if he's just disconnected. Monster.
Oh no, Monster hit with the drive-through penalty. It was looking good for him just then with the safety car coming out, but he just did not look at the delta. And that is really going to mess up his strategy here, as once the safety car comes in, he's going to have to make a drive-through penalty. He's going to have to serve it. And that's really going to mess up his race. Guitarman Khan actually enters the pit lane.
Yeah, and CFC's Ghost has come in as well, so I'm not too sure whether he would have wanted that, but it's probably the best option actually, considering his Ghost is pitting. But a lot of the drivers are Monster's pit as well. It's probably onto mediums, so he'll probably want to go to the end now and then.
Yeah, but why would he go on a new set? I'm actually surprised that he actually went on a new set of mediums here, actually, to be honest with you. Because like Vintage, Craigie, as well as Panda Man don't even have like that much like older set of tires, especially with Craigie meant them two battling out for the drivers championship. I'm actually surprised at that decision from Guitarman Khan. But let's see if that strategy pays off. He has his teammate of Liam currently in the lead, and currently will be leading the safety car restart, so it could work, but it's gonna be difficult for Guitarman Khan now.
Certainly. A lot of drivers pit there, which I probably think was what they needed to do. But Monster, you know, he's pitted for a fresh set of mediums, which I said he will take to the end. But he has got that drive through, which is unfortunate because he'll be right at the back, because he'll probably do it the lap after the safety car ends, so everybody's going to be close together. So he is going to be praying for another safety car. Monster will be now.
Well, let's see if Monster is going to be able to do it actually. But of course, the Ferrari drought has been declared a history point of Prospects eRacing League. But yeah, that's just really gonna mess up Monster's plan here, and it's gonna make both him and T De Silva work even harder for points here tonight. But so far you gotta say an amazing race for both of the Alfa Romeos. Leading now for Liam, was leading for Guitarman Khan. And absolutely extraordinary from the two of them.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's been a great race for them so far, and it was the same last week as well. So,
gotta love that. Absolutely gotta love that. Well, they are definitely gonna love that, to be honest with you. But as it stands right now, I think Guitarman Khan will still be leading the drivers' championship, but only by a point or two, if I do remember correctly. But yeah, at this point it's going to be tough, but also Artistic Genius is actually right behind Liam, so now they have another car to worry about between Guitarman Khan and Liam now. So
yeah.
Let's see if Artistic Genius is going to be involved with the safety car restart in a positive way or a negative way, because right as he crosses that line, he's going to have to serve the blue flags. If not, he'll be hit with a an incident out there on the track.
Yep, and that won't be good for him. But we'll see what we can do. It's probably. Do you think safety car's in this lap?
I don't think so. We still have Mason, Baguette, as well as Mellow Space still out there trying to catch up with the pack. If they do on this lap, then we will be seeing it come in. But from what it looks like, it doesn't look like it. But just to give these guys back at home and everyone a little bit of a history lesson. So basically, here in Austin, Texas, isn't actually the only track that we've seen host the United States Grand Prix. As I said before, we've seen Long Island and Savannah, Georgia host the Grand Prize event. We've also seen Indianapolis 500 as well as the Indy 500. But of course, we're now here at COTA in Austin, Texas. We actually witnessed the Miami Grand Prix, and we're also going to be seeing Las Vegas at the Las Vegas Strip, where we also Las Vegas actually did host a United States Grand Prix before at Caesar's Palace back in the 1960s, if I do remember correctly. If not, it was the 1980s. But a lot of history with that. But the safety car we just received word here, ladies and gentlemen. The safety car is in this lap, and I'm actually going to leave it with you, Chappers, to actually do the restart here.
No problem. So, as Liam, who's leading the pack, has backed off now to let the safety car go on ahead, he's keeping a steady pace, which is good to see. Artistic's AI is actually behind Liam, so that's quite interesting to see. So, hopefully Artistic can get a good start as well, and then I'll have to let the cars past.
And he's going for it
gets
now.
ready to go, and he's gone for it now. Yeah, there's a restart. He gets an amazing start.
Artistic actually moves out the way to let his teammate a Panaman through, and Craigie as well. But so far, a good start. Oh, and hold on, we have an incident. Who is that? Do you see who that is, Chappers? I see a yellow flag.
I don't see who it is actually. Sorry though, I just had something happen in Sappin, so I didn't quite see it. Is it T De Silva?
I think it might have been actually T De Silva down towards turn 2. And not a good restart for him. We also saw Guitar Man Khan make his way past Vintage actually. On that corner, Monster's now making the dive on Vintage potentially. He's looking on the inside. He's sticking his nose in, but Vintage around the outside just has the better momentum. Tilmo right behind him as well. No DRS yet until lap 16. Is when we'll be seeing that coming out. But look at Tilmo now. And Monster and Vintage. We could be looking at 3 wide here. A little bit of a bump there from Monster. It's going to make Vintage go into the grass and spinning off with 5 seconds of time penalties because of that. I know that's definitely going to go down with the Stewards. A little bit of a bump there from Monster. Pushes Vintage. And Vintage now down to P16. Right behind his teammate of Mason.
Yeah, but Monster's also got to take that drive-through penalty as well, so
Let's see if he serves it now, actually.
I think he will.
He actually doesn't. Wow. But what a start there from Liam. Look at the gap between him and Panaman now. Artistic Genius definitely helped out with that, but Liam doing an exceptional job for the Alfa Romeo, and he's gonna be enjoying that, especially being a reserve driver here today. Could be getting a full seat next season if he keeps it up.
Mhm. Guitar Man Khan is flying through that twist, the first section there, flying.
And you gotta love that. And like I actually saw a video recently actually, where there was like a few years ago, Jimmy Johnson as well as what's his name? Carlos Sainz. No, it wasn't Carlos Sainz. It was Fernando Alonso actually swapped cars at the Bahrain Grand Prix, but of course, the United States actually hosts a lot of motorsports when it comes down to rallycross, when it comes down to Formula 1, NASCAR, the trucking series, MotoGP, like a lot of motorsports here in the United States, and a lot of trucks actually hosting multiple events with actually different configurations. And one thing I was reading up on, it's a little bit of a rumor, but I've been seeing it pop up time and time again. They could be adding a second integration of the United States Grand Prix, well, soon to be the Austin Grand Prix, actually. Chappers, I don't know if you actually heard about this. If you haven't, I can actually quickly send you a picture of this. But when it comes to the new F122, we could be seeing a lot of different configurations to tracks, like the Bahrain short. We could be seeing the Austria short. Like a lot of different tracks being added to the game.
That's interesting. I haven't heard of it, but if you can send it to me, that would be greatly appreciated.
Here, I'll quickly see if I can find it. Here we go. I'll send it to you on Discord, because this is actually pretty interesting to me, to be honest with you. Like, I think this could be a very, very good shout. There you go. Of course, with Formula 122 actually adding what is it? Adding F1 Life and actually supercars that you can actually drive, and same goes with the safety car. I think we could be seeing a lot of different tracks being added, and from what it looks like, it looks very promising, chappers. So I'm not sure if you are reading the message now.
Looks quite good. Yeah, looks quite impressive actually.
Yeah, I think this could be very, very interesting now. But we're now looking at Tilmo, Villeneuve, as well as Light Sesso. This battle for 5th here, and it looks like Villeneuve now down to P7. Both of the Alpines making their way through. And it looks like Bubbers is actually getting himself involved in that as well. Kevo's trying to get himself involved. And look at this DRS train. 5 drivers being involved in this battle for P5. Close quarter racing, you gotta love it. As Paige now makes her way up into P11, finished in the podium actually, and she actually has this thing where every time she gets into the podium, she gets sick somehow. But from what it looks like, she's out there on the track, so she's probably fully broken that curse. But one thing that we're actually seeing right now, chappers, if the results stay like this, we could be looking at an Alfa Romeo 1-2 here tonight.
We could indeed, which will be incredible for the championship, as they are leading the constructors as well. So let's see what they can do. Will Guitar Man try and attack the 2 drivers in front to try and catch up to his teammate, or will he just sit behind them?
I actually would think he would just stay behind, not to try and instigate his teammate up ahead or instigate anything with the 2 drivers ahead of him, because he knows that he has those positions, and I think he's just gonna play it a little bit patient, or not. Actually, he's looking on the inside here at Panda Man, down towards turn 11. Take my theory out of the window here, but look at that battle from Guitar Man Khan. As Equalizer OG says in the chat, Guitar Man maybe should have stayed out, but he has good pace. Exactly, and Craigie actually does have 5 laps older, which right now they're probably going to be around the same pace. But I think near the end of the race, actually, now thinking about it, he could actually move his way up into P2 here.
Craigie won't have DRS, so more than likely.
Well, let's see if he can. The red lights going on Craigie. Guitar Man Khan trying to get the slipstream. Is he gonna move, or he's gonna play it a little bit patient? He's gonna instigate him to increase the gap between him and his teammates. However, he's still doing a good job, as man like CFC has just been able to rejoin. Very unfortunate that he had been gone for quite a while now, actually. But oh, and I'm actually looking at the chat. So David Boy is saying, "Yo, get all the throttle and steering control. We have a tiny joystick and trigger." Kind of mad that Cody's, as in Codemasters, doesn't address it. LOL. AFS Natty, he says, "Buy a wheel, problem fixed." I mean, that's what I did, and to be honest with you, it's kind of interesting with my situation actually, because I was a lot faster on the controller than I was on the wheel. And I still am faster on the controller than I am on the wheel. But Guitar Man Khan is now looking on the inside of Craigie, and he's able to make the move. Alfa Romeo 1-2, regardless of the time penalties now, as Guitar Man Khan is going to be now trying to aim down his teammate of Liam. But now this is where it's going to come down to strategy. Is Liam going to slow down enough to give Guitar Man Khan the DRS, and also potentially give him the race win for his push for Drivers' Championship?
Craig had a huge moment there, and he's lost the Panda Man now. He lost the rear.
Oh, and he's looking at it. Oh, he was looking to go side to side there and messed up his line. Panda Man was able to instigate that and move up into P3. Good call there.
Yeah, just saw he lost the rear about coming out to 15, sorry, so...
Well, let's see who's going to be coming out on top. Of course, if you guys are just queuing in, welcome to Prospects eRacing League, as we are here for the PlayStation Tier 3 Division, Round 8 of 10 at the United States Grand Prix here at COTA, Austin, Texas. Commentators myself, Justin, and Chappers. And so far, We have recently passed the halfway point of this race, and it's been an extraordinary race from start to finish. Looks like a good result for the Alfa Romeo team, especially for Qatar Mankan, who's going to be pushing for the Drivers' Championship. If he gets the win here tonight against his teammate of Liam, who's reserving here tonight, he could be looking at getting a back-to-back race win. Because remember, he did, I believe he won at, yeah, he won at China. So,
Hmm.
but the thing is, Liam does have something to prove of his own. Because, like, even though he's a reserve driver, he's going to try and look for a full-time seat. And he does have the pace, and he's showing that here tonight.
He is. He's driving exceptionally well, and the gap doesn't seem to be coming down as much from guitar to Liam.
So it's gonna be tough. Like, the gap is closing down. Was 2.6 at the end of the DRS straight. Now it's towards 2.2. I think that's just gonna be the point of those newer set of mediums. Gonna really help him out, pull away from Panaman. Gonna help him catch up with Liam, but I'm not too sure if that's gonna be the right call. Panaman and Craigie both into the pit lane. Their mediums are gonna be screaming out in pain right now. Craigie on 13 lap old set of mediums. Panaman currently with 11 laps. And that could be their race pretty much over without doing the one stop.
Mm.
Do you think that's the right call there, or should they have just gone for the finish?
I don't know. In all honesty, I won't know how that car's feeling and preferences. Obviously, they weren't comfortable on those tyres, so that's why they pitted. But
Well, just so
I
these.
think they will
Oh,
make
sorry.
up a lot of ground. I think on those fresher softs now. They'll
Well,
make up a lot of ground.
let's see. We actually saw that in. Oh, sorry, this was in a different league that day. But look at Tilma with a huge late braking zone compared to Kevo. But I'm just gonna show you guys a little bit of what these drivers are gonna be experiencing. You can actually see that Kevo is gonna be a little bit foggy right now. That is just the amount of drag that these rear wings are gonna be carrying and pushing as they fight against the air right now. A little bit of a lockup on the rear left of Kevo there, but you gotta say that slipstream is gonna help him out. But right now into these S's and these hairpins, gonna really mess them up with the what is it called? With the dirty air. And like, do you experience stuff like that in MotoGP, or is it only with car and truck
Oh
motorsports?
yeah, you will experience it a little bit, I believe. Especially on the new games. I think you do. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure in a lot of racing games you will get dirty air. So
Like, how does it feel actually on the bike? Of course, you being 2019 champion actually in your respective leagues in MotoGP. How does it actually feel like like in a bike compared to a car actually?
well, I've not properly league raced on MotoGP in a while, so I think the bike just feels quite heavy, a bit like the car where you can't really turn. Then braking, you can brake in your normal place and you'll just go straight on in a way, like you won't be able to brake for the corner, so it's hard to gauge in braking where you need to when you're right behind someone, but more than likely you'll get into a slipstream so you can just fly past them. But I think dirty air does play a massive part, and because I've not raced in so long, I moved to F1 last year, so I haven't league raced on MotoGP in a while, so I don't know what the new games feel like for dirty air.
But one thing that we actually did miss, Artistic Genius is actually out of this race here, and Artistic actually says that his foot slipped. He mistimed the braking. He put a little bit too much throttle down into the corner, and he goes straight into the wall. Very, very upsetting there for Artistic, but honestly, man, you did an amazing job out there tonight. And you told me yesterday, Artistic, that when it came to my knowledge of tracks, I'm right up there, mate. When it comes to motorsports in general, my man, big brain. You got much wrinkle up there. With me, I'm smooth brain. You're big. You are wrinkle brain. But yeah, big shout out to Artistic in the chat as well. And honestly, you did an amazing job from start to finish. All these drivers are doing an amazing job here tonight, and we couldn't be more proud here in Prospects, gotta say.
A man like CFC with another time penalty. That's 15 seconds of time penalties now, which is quite a lot, with Mason on 22.
Wow, sorry, sorry. I just had a brain freeze there because I was just completely in shock. 22 seconds of time penalties. As we're now looking at a closed battle. Actually, no, that's not a closed battle. They're just swapping in the pit lane. I'm all over the place today. I'm sorry, guys. But Mason with 22 seconds. That is not the Mason that we know. Mason, who's the one that's in your seat right now? Because that's not you. That is not you. He must got like his child on there.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think he got a 10-second time penalty early on for something that I didn't quite catch, which was strange. So I'm
These
sure we'll
drivers.
find out after.
Yep. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be saying in the chat. But yeah. So far, time penalties across the board. But the front two of the Alfa Romeos is on a different level here tonight. But it's coming to that time, chappers. We gotta start thinking about who could be commentator's driver of the day tonight. And I'm kind of stumped about who to give it to be honest with you. I might actually go with Liam.
Liam.
Yeah.
Liam. I will say Liam because he's reserved today. He's out in the lead, and he's got no penalties, time penalties. So all of that. I
Yeah.
think he does deserve driver of the day in my opinion, but others
I
might disagree.
I actually I don't disagree with you at all. I think the same thing actually. Started in P10. So he was able to make the one-stop strategy work. He is reserving here tonight. So he got that late call-up to get himself out on the track and represent Alfa Romeo. And plus, he is filling in some big shoes. Alfa Romeo driving for the Constructors' Championship here tonight. And he has filled up those shoes and he has provided, did an amazing job here. Lamb says driver of the day Kevo. He was last at turn 1 to lap 1. Yeah, actually that is fair. Kevo did have the incident between him and Gasmore Pam at the end of lap 1. Those safety cars really came in and helped him out. But if we're talking about like a full-on like clean race from start to finish and just an overall extraordinary performance, I think it's gonna have to be Liam.
Yep, it's between Liam and Kev, but Liam, given he's his first ever race in Tier 3, he's got no penalties and he's been clean throughout. I will probably say it's Liam. But
And I might have to agree
others
with you on
might
that one.
It's close. It's close between him and Kev, but
Yeah.
I think Liam just pips it.
I'd say like I'm seeing a lot of people say definitely Kevo. I get what their point is. Like Kevo was in last at the beginning of the race because of an incident between him and Gasmore Pam. But with Liam, he was in the middle of all of that, and he still came out with a good race. He did not crash. He did not get into anyone's incidents. He did not spin. He did not like mess up. He just had a consistent overall amazing race. And plus, with the with the safety car restart as well, he's had an amazing launch, and he's also now working with his teammate at Qatar Man Khan, and potentially even giving him the race win. Cause look at the gap between them now. Like, I think it's gonna have to be Liam.
Oh no, man, that CFC's out.
Oh, what happened to him? I'm seeing with Mason
he
on the right
crashed
side.
turn 1.
A late safety car call? Oh, this could change everything.
Oh my god.
This could change absolutely everything right now.
I don't know what happened. He just seemed to run on and... Let me save the clip. Let me have
Chaos
a look,
Druid now
was...
with the drive-through penalty. Paige started P20. Yeah, I know. Paige always starts P20. that's her plan. She always starts P20. Yeah, safety car Equator. Yeah, safety car. And Mason is screaming out, "Thank you!" But look at this. Everyone's going into the pit lane. The front two going into the pit lane for a double stack.
Alright, let me just send you what happened with Manlight CFC so you can have a look. Because it was really weird.
Oh, you actually clipped it?
Yeah.
Oh, but no, look at this. Craigie takes the lead of this race. Even though he does have that time penalty, he could potentially run away right now because he does have the fastest lap. And it's going to be very close. So we might only have like a 2-lap sprint race here. Yeah, like David Boyer says, ooh, mad sprint finish right now. Wow.
I'm just sending it to you now, Justin.
All right, I'm gonna check it now.
Just sending.
That's
Very
gonna be
weird.
close, man. He said that he turned. Owen says that he. Well, wait, Owen. They said that they turned late on turn 1 there. Is Toan Tansley man like CFC?
Yes, he is.
Okay. Yeah, let me know when it's been sent over. Oh, there it is. So let's see this. Oh yeah, completely mistimed the braking zone there, and then lost traction on the grass. And I gotta say, Chappers, for a second there, it looked like you used a projector. Wait, hold on. Is that you use a projector to play your games?
No, no. It's just a thing on the PS5 where you can clip it and it only does like a part of the screen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was like, it looks like it's off-centered from the TV right now.
No, it's something on the PS5.
Wow, but now, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are just queuing in, there's going to be a late safety car call due to men like CFC, who crashed out around turn 1 on his new set of softs. Everyone, well, most drivers actually came into the pit lane. Craigie is now leading the safety car restart, where Liam and Guitar Man Khan are now currently behind him. They're still in proximity of the race win here for Liam. But is Liam going to give it away from his teammate?
I don't know, there you go, I just sent you it, that it is a TV and not a projector. I think if I played on a projector, I just wouldn't play at all.
Yeah. Well, I thought it meant like it had like those giant like man caves, where it's like a giant screen that goes down with a projector connected to your PlayStation or something.
Nah, I haven't got one of those yet.
That's the dream?
One day. To have a man cave full of gaming stuff, yeah. Of course.
I think that's everyone's dream at this point. Man cave for Paige, a girl cave. Just a cave. In general. Okay, hey, it's okay, buddy. Sorry, I was just cleaning off my chair a little bit. And my cat is just like staring at me in like complete shock with his mouth wide open like I did something completely wrong. You okay? We're good? Mutual exchange, yeah? Yeah? And then he just bangs his head on my pillow. Perfect. I got a weird cat, man. I got a weird cat. Yes, you're weird. Yeah, you chase your tail, but you're a cat. But sorry about. Arteta actually says he can't actually vote for Kevo. He's been his teammate in an awesome one in the first season of PRL, but Paige was the teammate last year though, so he doesn't entirely know. But I think it's just gonna have to go down with Liam and or Guitar Man Khan. Them two has been having a very, very good race. But if we give it, actually, you know what? We're gonna actually switch it up a little bit here, chappers. We're gonna switch it up a little bit. I'm gonna do some research real quick. Let's see.
Okay.
Where's this guy at?
Safety car in this lap is a 2-lap dash.
Alright, well, depending on where he finishes, I might actually go with Villeneuve, and I'll tell you why. If he finishes right now in the podiums, in the standings right now, in the driver's standings, he's currently P13 with 16 points. This would be one of the most points he has gained, and I think that'll be very good for him. Like, this will be a very, very good race for him, and he's going to be very excited about this one. And plus, it gives the drivers in the lower positions of the driver's standings a little bit of recognition. Would you say, chappers? Could we agree on that?
Yes.
So I think he's done very well. Liam, of course, done very well here tonight. Hoping to see him next season, but Chapper's right now making his way towards the final corner, warming up his.
Making his way to the final.
Sorry,
corner.
Craigie. Oh my God, what's wrong with me today? I don't know what's going on, Chappers. I don't know what's going on with me today. But Liam is actually now looking. Look, Guitar Man Khan is looking on the inside of his teammate of Liam. Is Liam going to yield? It does not look like it, but Guitar Man Khan doesn't need the yield, as he's able to move up into P2, as now going to be eyeing down his Drivers' Championship rival here tonight with Craigie in the race lead. So this could be a very, very close finish now. Villeneuve needs to stay within 3 seconds of Craigie for him to get the podium finish with 2 laps left to go. But one thing I am starting to notice here, chappers, it's starting to cloud up and we could be seeing some rain on the final lap. That the clouds have rushed in very, very quickly here.
I don't think the rain's going to fall quick enough and at a fast enough rate to make a bit of
Oh,
difference in
Chaos Druid.
cars.
Chaos Druid has had himself a little bit of a spin. We're now seeing T to Silva and Panaman. Look at this pile up of cars down from P7 of Panaman, and Bubba's completely cutting that corner, hits the cone off. And Bubba's going out. Look at the dive bomb. Bubba's getting very dangerous now on the track. He's getting a little bit, what is the word? I forget what the word is.
Desperate?
Desperate, yes, thank you. That's the word. Desperate into these corners. He's got to be careful right now, or else he'll be looking at getting a time penalty served at the end of this race. But now the white flag is being waved, ladies and gentlemen. It is the final lap here tonight. Craigie currently leading with the time penalty. Guitarman Khan right behind him as they now make their way on the uphill towards turn 1. Kevo and Villeneuve going side to side. Kevo with a beautiful inside move. Really stuck it in there. Amazing stuff right there. As we now start the final lap, Chaos Druid who hit with a 10-second time penalty and then a 5-second time penalty for cutting the pit lane entrance, just like Mason actually. So that could be taken away from him. Oh, and you're right, Liam is hit with a time penalty.
Yeah, he just got 3 seconds.
Oh, wow. Well, from what it looks like right now, Villeneuve will not be getting into the podium positions. However, Villeneuve, I think we both agree here, and we've actually had some people back at home saying that Villeneuve needs some consideration. Villeneuve is going to be tonight's driver of the day, but Guitarman Khan is going to be playing it a little bit patient, or is he? He's looking for the move around the outside here. And he's looking for the switchback down towards turn 12. Can't find it. Craigie's defending very well here. A little bit of a bump between them three, the top 3 right now. Close quarter racing as they make their way towards the final sector, but we're going to go on board with Craigie right now, who has had an amazing race, but will not be taking home the checkered flag. Will be the first driver to cross the line, but it won't be enough. Guitarman Khan with the clean race will now cross the line to take the win here at Coda and push even further for the Drivers' Championship. Craigie finishing in P2 with Liam finishing in the podium positions on his debut of Prospects eRacing League in Tier 3. Amazing stuff from the man. Light Sesso in P4, Villeneuve in P5. Kevo finishes off with Tilmo, Panaman, T de Silva, and Vintage all in the top 10. Page couldn't get into the top 10 tonight. Will not be looking at getting back-to-back points. Monster as well got very unfortunate here tonight in his race. It was looking very optimal, but it's going to be Guitarman Khan out on top once again. Chappers, absolutely amazing, my friend.
It
What
was an
a
incredible race. What a race. That late safety car changed everything.
That has helped him out a lot there. Actually, it really saved Craigie, actually, to be honest with you. Craigie was looking at a potential P4 or P6, but was able to finish on the podium here tonight. So that safety car did help him out. Both of them spraying the champagne in respects, but love to see that as well. All due but respect for all of the drivers here tonight that participated, and all of the people back at home watching. Thank you guys so much for coming in. But we're now going to go down to the do the rundown actually of the race results. Guitarman Khan finishes on top. Just misses out on maximum points here tonight, as Craigie is able to finish in P2, closing the gap. Well, actually extended the gap for Guitarman Khan by a few points there. So amazing stuff from him as he pushes for both constructors and drivers standings. Liam as well did very, very well to contribute to the Constructors Championship as he finishes P3, P1 and P3 for the Alfa Romeo. Amazing stuff. Light Sesso, Villeneuve, Kevo, Tilmo, Pandaman, T de Silva, and Vintage finish off the top 10, with Paige, Baguette, Monster, Mellow Space, Bubbers, Mason, and then Chaos Druid all finishing the race. Men like CFC, Artistic Genius, Yanin, and Gaspar Pam all taking early exits of the race. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for Prospects Tier 3. We will be back next week for round 9 of Imola. And I think that's going to be a very, very good race. It's going to be very, very eventful. If you do guys want to see it, please make sure you head down, hit that subscribe button, and hit the follow button. But hit the notification bell, sorry, so notified every single time we go live. But that's going to be it, chappers. Thank you so much for coming in, my man. Always a pleasure to do it with you.
You too. It's quite fun. I enjoyed it a lot.
And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, lots of love, and stay safe all. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Happy Father's Day to all of your beautiful fathers back at home.